Well, it's another day in the Diecast Museum, and today I've got a whole bunch of new Johnny Lightning 1/64 scale cars to share with you guys. Have them set up over there at the review table. An overview of Sam's Salvage Yard, nothing new really there. Still have to put those Greenlight Dually Series trucks into their respective homes. And just so many videos to make. Fell way behind the last couple weeks due to work obligations and summer fun, I guess. Getting quite warm here in Ontario, Canada. Cases and cases of Greenlight to review. The Lesney Matchbox year-by-year collection. Haven't moved very far on that either, although it's all ready to go here pretty well. Just got to get some more cars together for the first video. And Hot Wheels year-by-year. Someone was mentioning in a comment, are those continuing past the 1994 year where I stopped last, a long time ago, months ago, maybe even last year? The answer is yes, of course. And I think what I'll do is for sure start those up again in the towards the end of the summer, as it is very time intensive to put those Hot Wheel year by year videos together for you guys and for myself. Really, it's a sorting process as well as a video process, which is why it takes a lot longer. And of course, getting all the background information, so it's not just a show and tell. But we've got lots to look at, there's no doubt about that. Thank you, Stephen Papa, for sending me a random act of kindness, a giant parcel full of goodies. So we're going to have a mystery unboxing very shortly. But first, let's look at this huge wad of Johnny Lightning product that I got. Now, normally, I don't buy too much Johnny Lightning, but seeing as the videos have started to pile up, I've got 3 sealed cases kind of lingering around in the background that we're going to open up, as well as all of these other cars to look at. Some really cool stuff in here. I especially love the Dodge Chargers, which are quite reminiscent of Dukes of Hazzards. No licensing though, so that's how Johnny Lightning is able to make so many nice castings of those. And some International Scouts, Monte Carlo, absolutely awesome. These are all new as of the most recent release, Johnny Lightning Classic Gold. We're going to look at those release codes and information on the boxes that I'm opening up. The Ford Rangers were highly anticipated for me. I've got the black matching Mazda RX-7. We already saw the gold one. And I picked up this sweet double set Import Heat featuring an 81 Datsun 200SX as well. And a Canadian edition of this awesome little sports car. So we're going to open up just about everything here, except for the duplicates and possibly the Canadian sports car, just because I love the packaging on it. But we'll take a close look at it. And we're going to get started right off the bat looking at the most recent stuff. And that is Classic Gold. Release A, or Release 1 version A, and Release 1 version B. So 12 Johnny Lightning cars coming out. Many of them are going to be the ones you see in the background here. So we're going to have plenty to choose from to open one up and do a review. Certainly more will be opened up and added at a later date into the junkyard, which is, of course, always looking for new and interesting 1/64 scale castings to complement its stock. All right, let's get started. We've got these 2 sealed cases that I purchased from a favored seller, and it is the Classic Gold Release 1 for 2022. Got the version B, 06B as you can see, and 06A. So these are the most current ones available at the time of video production, which is mid-June. And yeah, a very exciting set. I don't normally buy sealed cases as well as duplicates of Johnny Lightning, but I'm seeing some very cool castings coming out from that company, and makes me want not to miss a thing when it comes to all that good stuff. So there is a chance of a chase in these boxes, because I know the seller does not open their stuff. They're a very large seller. And so here we go. We've got the alternate orangey colored card backs, as you can see from the Ford Rangers there with the orange background and the Ford Rangers with the green background. So the version code B has an orange background, version code A has green. So we're just going to go through these quick to see what's new coming out of A. We've got the Camaro. Now, a lot of these cars most likely coming out of their packaging. This is pretty cool. And they all have information on the side, the classic facts. So I'm not going to read all these, or we're going to be here all day, but very cool stuff. The back of the packaging is pretty much the same, shows you the previous release to look for. So Classic Gold 2021 release 4. I actually have a case, one of those version codes that we're going to open up. I'm not really sure how I got that. So that was the last case of last year. And there again, the Ford Ranger. So that's my 4th light blue and white Ford Ranger. Why did I buy so many? Well, it's a new casting, so it's a new release, and never been made before. I want to do some customs with it, some junkyard customs. Here is the one and only, what color is this? Claret Poly. I'm just going to call it burgundy red. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But 1980 Monte Carlo. I don't think this is a brand new casting. Oh, it is a new casting. Yes, it is. So that's what they say right at the top. So I guess the Camaro is a new casting as well. And I guess this one was released previously. It doesn't have new casting on it. So it's still, I'm going to call it fresh. It's a fresh casting. This is an awesome new casting of the Monte Carlo. We need to look at the back. So I'm definitely opening those up. I wish it had 2 of that. I was only able to get 1. They were in such high demand, even with 12,000 of them made approximately. And a 67 Chevy El Camino in Royal Plum Poly. Very cool. Then we've got a second version, or a second copy of the 79 International Scout 2 Midas Edition. Very awesome paint job, and that's a real authentic paint job livery on it. According to this authentic ad that we see in the background as part of the packaging, emerald green poly. Super cool casting. Oh my goodness, I just about knocked all the Dodge Chargers off the table. Careful. And another super cool casting. So no chase in here. We're looking for raw chases and white lightnings basically. So here's the 69 Ford Torino Talladega. Haven't bought this casting in a while. Now, these are approximately 1/64 scale. They're not all actually labeled in that exact scale. Wimbledon white. And so that's all right, though. I like to... That's why I normally don't buy cases of them, like the whole set, if there's something in there I'm not really after. But there was such high demand cars for me in these cases that I kind of went a little crazy. So here we go with the Release 1 version B of that new casting of the 80 Monte Carlo. Very nice. Yellow. They just call it yellow. I would call that a cream. It's certainly not yellow, in my opinion. I mean, it's a variation of yellow, I suppose. And here, the 67 Chevy El Camino in tuxedo black. I love it when they do these black rims, black paint job, and the red seats look really good with it. Different facts on the version B card art. That's what makes it kind of difficult to open all of these up. Unless you're a card art collector and can display them as such or store them and still appreciate them. 2013 Chevy Camaro ZL1. For me, I have a lot of cars in storage. I don't often see them. I have to really go hunting, and sometimes that takes hours because there's just so many cars in the Diecast Museum right now. It gets to be very challenging to find cars. Royal Maroon. So I like to open them up where I can, and I try not to get too attached to the card art because then it just kind of prevents me from enjoying the model when it gets jammed away in a box somewhere. Here's the Ford Ranger. Replaced the Mazda-built Ford Courier pickup that had been built since 1972. Introduced in 1984. I just find this truck interesting. I'm pretty sure I touched on this casting at least once already in a previous video, but here it is in with all the other vehicles that it should have been with. So no chases. That's not a big deal, but would have been nice to have a chase just because I bought so many duplicates. Although with my luck, it would have been a chase of the one car I would have needed and couldn't get, which would have been probably the Monte Carlo here. I really, really dig this paint job, and I'm glad I got it just as such. So I think we'll definitely be opening all of these cars up. Let's start the review looking at some Dodge Chargers from Greenlight. Here's one of the few that's in a full plastic packaging and not just cardboard with a blister on it. A little bit of artwork on the back, nothing really going on. This one I do believe is an exclusive. Yes, it's a Nitro XGT exclusive. Only one of 2,496, so for sure this one's going to be a hard one to get in the future and possibly valuable. 69 Dodge Charger. We've got lots of styling points on the information, so I'm just going to allow you to pause on that if you want to read it. It's in Hemi Orange, but there's a lot of information about styling on these card backs. I have pre-cut this one, get it open up for you quickly and easily. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the other cardboard ones, whether it's going to be a rip and tear live with you guys. Some people like that, some people don't. Either way, they're all coming out of the package. And what a beauty. Opening hood. Can we go in for a closer magnification on this car? Because it is just gorgeous. Very clean lines. Nice rolling wheels and a detailed interior with roll cage. So that's a pretty slick little car that you're going to want to pick up for your collection if you can. Nice. All right, we've got some more to look at. Another shiny version here. We'll do a side-by-side. Different color orange, of course. We have Hemi Orange, and what do we have here? The Gooder Facts. Nothing about the color there. You can pause on that if you want to read more about it. We're going to zoom out, look at the card back. Now, this one I'm not opening because it is an exclusive, and I, for some reason, only have one. So I want to make sure I get a second one before I do open it, as I really like the card art with the car launching off of the ground. And more information on the car there. Otherwise, just a lot of kind of Johnny Lightning stuff. However, I do have 3 of these barn find cars. Dusty Hidden Rarities. And this one has some lost and found facts. This car was found in an Alabama barn. It was worth around $180,000. So this is a real car in real life. And they've replicated best they can with the rusty and dusty relics. Years of neglect. Years of neglect. Well, years of storage. It's kind of a fine line. Someone kept this car for long enough that they probably wanted to do something with it. And really, they saved it from the crusher and rusting completely away. We're going to open this one up with you guys. Card back doesn't really matter. As you can see for me, I have 2 more. So I'm not really sure how many of these ones they made. It's not listed on the package. But it certainly is cool. And we're going to have to go immediately in for a zoomage to see all of the effects on it. You can see it had like a sticker on the door. It's been a sticker or a livery that's been simulated to have rusted away. Perhaps. Fixer Upper, it says on the license plate. That's pretty cute. Completely dusty window. Excellent job of weathering by Johnny Lightning here. This one features a roll cage as well, hinting that it may have been a show car from the Dukes of Hazzards. Or just someone having fun. Nice shiny engine under the hood. And everything looks really good on this car. So we're going to go in for a side-by-side. The shiny versus the rusty versions. Gotta get them both in focus here. Without my hands all in the way. There you go. Pretty darn cool. So we'll put those out in the parking lot. And here's your Dukes of Hazzards Dodge Charger type cars. Pretty cool. Got one extra of the 07 car in the package still. 2 barn finds for the wall art somewhere. And other than that, let's start looking at some more vehicles. We've got the parking lot set up and all the vehicles rearranged in the background for a quick and easy opening. But I forgot, we've still got one more box to open up before we get into everything. This is the 2021 Classic Gold Release 4 version A. So I'm not sure why I didn't get version B. Maybe there's some reason. We're going to find out here. Oh, geez, just about stabbed the table. And no doubt there's going to be something really cool in here. And yet another sealed case for you guys to open with me here. Let me get all the paper out first, I think, this time. Get that out of the way. This one seems to want to speak to us first. Ah, yes, I think I did get version B already, maybe. We've reviewed, because I do remember looking at a blue version not too long ago of this Lotus Esprit 1989. And it looks really sharp and red. So that's pretty cool. One of 15,000. And the 62 Chevy Bel Air in metallic blue. Twilight blue poly, they call that. Some information on that. And again, what's on the back of the packaging? Not a whole lot. Ooh, really nice 2012 Chevy Corvette Z06 in Carlise blue. That looks pretty nice. I don't think I have too many of this casting, as I don't normally get the too many modern Corvettes in my collection. And now we've got the 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator in competition blue. Looking really cool with those black rims and dog dish hubcaps. That's what you want to call them. I don't really know. First of our new... Oh, it's a new casting. Awesome. New casting. As was this Corvette. Forgot to mention that. That's a new casting too. That's why that's not familiar. So lots of new castings. And here's another new casting. Indeed, I probably did get the full version B. And now I'm just catching up with version A. Brilliant Black. Got one of those to open up as well. In the previous video, I think we looked at a gold one from Release 4 version B. So there's the two of them. That really interesting engine artwork. And here is the new casting. This is why I had to get it, probably, because this thing sold out so quickly. And that is of the Ford Ranger in the yellow-white. First release, perhaps. I mean, it's not the most ideal color for my collection. That one I may have to leave in the artwork, even though it's got a red background. I can't remember if I opened the last one. I'll have to check. I do want to open it up, though. I really do want to have a nice loose collection of these versus just a whole carded art collection of them. But we will have to see. I have to make the same decision for the Monte Carlo, so I might as well open them all up, really. Alright, guys, so I just went over to Sam's Salvage Yard and picked up this Ford Ranger in green and white. Now, this would have been the alternate color, so version B of the truck we just looked at. So I'm not going to scare you any further with what I'm not going to open, because I really do want to have a nice loose collection of these. And we're going to go ahead and open these up. Now, I think I was cutting them kind of carefully in the last video, but I've got so much to open here. I'm going to have to go off camera to do that again so I can salvage the packaging. And really, for what reason am I doing this? I don't really know. I mean, it's a whole debate I have with myself oftentimes over and over again. But for the ones I only have one of, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And for the other ones, I can just do it a little quicker that I have duplicates of. And so just with a little help from my handy sharp hobby knife, I've been able to go around and slice the packaging of the clamshell so that I can semi-retain the packaging if I wish to. It's not destroyed like normally when I just rip things apart, as I do with my duplicate items, because I really only need to keep one set of packaging, if at all. So awesome little truck. And we're going to go in for a zoomage. What does it say? First 4 mpg, 4 miles per gallon. Really? Is that real? Wow. Fuel efficiency has been around longer than they would like us to know. I can't remember if the hood opened or not on this one. I'm not going to start picking at it too much here. But what a nice little truck. And to have it matching with the white and the green, I think that is pretty cool. Different color interiors too. Just ever so slightly. Got more of a goldy hue to this one and more of a tan brown on this one. And what's going on with the grill here? Just a silver line missing. Not a big deal. Could touch that up pretty easily. But these cars are phenomenal quality. Good little rollers. This one might have a little bit of a sticky tire, but yeah, anyways, it does turn. So we've got those two vehicles. These are from the most recent Johnny Lightning assortment. And I'm going to go right to the next one, which is going to be the Monte Carlo. These are kind of in order of my favorites from this set. So we're going to open this one up. I've gone ahead and done the same thing. And there it is, coming out of the clamshell. The first time, shiny as can be. A little bit of a misshapen white wall tire, but it looks like it might just be ever so slightly off the rim. That sometimes can be adjusted pretty easily. Not a big deal. Realize you're looking at this thing at magnification. That unless you were holding your own copy in your hand, you probably wouldn't notice these things. Now, I think the hood opens on these. It does say opening hood. But to keep this video moving, I'm not going to go picking at each and every hood, nor do I want to risk chipping it by picking it up with one of these kind of tools or anything else. Johnny Lightning does have great hood fitting, so the hoods are quite tight to the actual body of the casting, which is great. So as an option, you can sometimes get the hoods open just by, yeah, that's the safest way really, is just to give it a good smack on your hand with the roof, and then you can look at the hood in pretty good detail, or the engine I should say. So we could try that with the truck too. Let's try with the green one first. No, didn't work. It does say opening hood on the package of these little Rangers as well, so. But I'm not having any luck. I'm just kind of bruising the upper portion of my knuckle. So we'll leave those ones for now. Maybe the other ones will open a little easier. The cream-colored yellow Monte Carlo I have two of. So just to save time and space, I'm not going to save all my packaging if I have duplicates. I'm not really collecting these cars for long-term value because I don't ever really plan to sell them. So these are going to be my collection for years and years. And eventually I'm going to have to get a bigger house to house all these, or maybe a real museum. And so this one will have an opening hood too, but we've already seen the engine on the first model, so let's just appreciate the color. Some great details on this car. All the way around to the little emblems, marker lights, and they've done a great job. So absolutely lovely castings. On from there, we've already looked at the gold RX-7. I do have that somewhere in the collection. In fact, I can see it from here. So we're going to open up the black one and grab the gold one from Sam Salvage Yard. There it is, which we've already looked at in the previous video. Little Wankel engine in there, opening hood. And so that was the gold one. And now we're going to open up the black one. So here we go with the black version that I do have two of. So I'm just going to do a rip and tear on this one, although that wasn't so bad. And super shiny, as usual. Might need a little bit of a dusting with the rag, but there's no fingerprints. Great details all the way around. Super cool. And next to the gold one, very, very nice. I remember when these cars used to be on the road quite commonly, and I think people are still trying to restore them and keep them in good shape, although they are getting to be classic cars, hence being in the classic gold collection. Also in this collection, we're just going to jump around a bit here, if I can get the zoom to work. There we go. Import heat. Some very nice cars, including an 82 RX-7 in blue, the 81 Datsun 280ZX. I don't collect this casting often from Johnny Lightning, simply because look at that back wheel. What on earth are they doing? The fender well is way too large, unless this is supposed to be some sort of modified car with huge slicks. They completely got the proportions on that car wrong. It looks like a toy. But I did basically buy that dual set for this blue version of the RX-7 because this is a very nice, authentic representation of the casting. Although no defrost lines on this back window, interestingly. That's kind of missing. when you come to see that on the other cars, it really adds a lot. Taillights are different. There's a little bit more detail, so a little more detail on the taillights, a little less on the window. And it's a roller, so there we have 3 RX-7 cars to look at. And now that we're here, I guess we'll look at this one. And it's got the louvers on the back. Lots of great details. The hood actually opens. No, it doesn't open. I can see that it's a non-opening hood on this car. But yeah, the tires don't make much sense to me, or maybe it's the wheel wells. Something just doesn't add up on this casting. It does roll, and it looks good from some angles, just not all. All right. Now we're going to jump over to this second release of the Ford Ranger. So we've got one in baby blue. I call it baby blue, sky blue, whatever blue you want to call it. Got lots of these. I'll just rip those out of the package for you guys. So we do have 3 or 4 each of these awesome little trucks. They're pretty good rolling. This one's having a little bit of a rolling issue, but we'll soon get to the bottom of that. Awesome to get these things out of the package and a nice up-close review with you guys here. If you haven't seen these already, if you're after them, hopefully you can find them before they're gone. At least in this color, they're going to be releasing these trucks over and over again, I suspect. Yes, we got the hood open. There's the engine. Very nice. Molded in black plastic with some silver detailing under there. Hard to see, kind of, in this lighting, but you can kind of get an idea. It's very detailed. So the front wheel is just hanging up ever so slightly on the fender. Not really sure why. Just a bit of a... It turns. This one's having no troubles whatsoever. And different wheels. We've got the white wall tires on these. Now you can flip the tires around if you wanted to. These hoods are inviting some engine observation, unlike the first release. So that is super cool. And 4 Ford Rangers now all together. Starting to look like a pretty handsome little collection here. I'm going to get the camera turned a little bit. And on to probably the next favorite I'm going to say for me is going to be these International Scouts. I pretty much pick these castings up whenever I can find them for a decent price. And again, I have duplicates of these. So we're just going to get them out. Hood opens on these very easily. And it's got the reverse hood opening. So there's the engine right off the bat. Nice rims and tires. And really decent graphics. It's got a plastic roof with windows and roof rack. All the rest of the vehicle is metal. Just such an iconic collectible truck in real life now. What's the license plate say? Don't touch or touch? I don't know. Is it the same on both of them? Elkhart. So different license plates, different paint jobs, different wheels even, or at least different paint jobs. And the engines are the same. So let's go for a side-by-side on these wicked models. Different wheels entirely. So really nice that Greenlight has offered up so many variations on this model, even in the same set and series. At least when it comes to wheels. Now this wheel's looking like it's got a bit of an issue. It's completely jammed in there. Not sure what happened there. One wheel is totally stuck. Gonna need to do some work on that one. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll figure it out later off camera. So that one's clearly got some parking brake action. The other one has some front wheel issues here. Tire off the rim, it looks like. So these are pretty common problems with scale models these days. At least from every manufacturer other than Hot Wheels. Yeah, no, the back tire doesn't turn either. So I'm going to give this one about a 1 or a 0 out of 10 as far as rollability, given I've opened up 2 models randomly and neither of them roll. That's unfortunate. Nice casting though, really nice casting, but no rollability. So we've got some more awesome castings here. We're just going to rip and tear, I think, at this point. I mean, they are producing these things in such high numbers. It makes you wonder. Oh, I pre-cut this one. Never mind. It makes you wonder how collectible they really will be in the future. I guess that depends how many humans are on the planet still interested in cars in the future. This is a really nice car. El Camino. Solid. I believe this is a new casting. So let's get the camera backed up just a bit so we can see how it rolls. We're always doing the roll test. It's not just for Greenlight. We've got to keep all these companies accountable. That's a nice rolling car. And in the Tuxedo Black, another really nice paint job. They got the paint jobs figured out. No issues with the paint quality or the window glass or the opening parts. Everything's looking really good. And on the license plate we have black. Very, very black. Starting to get the coffee shakes this hour in the morning. Got to get some breakfast in me soon. So many cars to review though. Wow, another nice roller. So some models, no problem. Other models, lots of problems. And we've got lots of cars still left to look at, including these Ford Torinos. Just lining up what's left in the background. Got a few choice models you're going to want to see. I'm just going to rip and tear on these ones, I guess. And there's one. And there's two. So, here we go. Again, some nice details. A little bit of chippage on the fender there. Maybe a casting problem on that front fender. Not really sure. There's a little bit of, what do you call that? Metal, excess metal flashing. A little extra flashing in the fender well. Not sure if this is an older casting or what happened there. We'll see if it's on both models. If it is, that's indicative of the mold at the factory, but it could be that that one car just got a little bit too much metal in the cast, as this one seems to be fine. I mean, it's not a horribly offensive problem. It's probably something I'll never notice again. Opening hoods on these cars too. How they're going to open. We got 1 out of 2 open, so there you go. Nice details. Very nice details and superb wheels on these, as you can see. The lug nuts shown. Go fast and turn left. Someone's having fun at the license plate marking department, I'll say that. And now let's do a roll test. Got some nice rolling cars. So really very few issues overall with the Johnny Lightning cars. And we've got a few cars left to look at with you guys, including last year's stuff. Let's shift over to these. We do have 2 more classic gold Camaros. We're going to save those for after. So one of these cars not getting opened up. I'm going to put this one right on my wall art section for Johnny Lightning cars, which is pretty small as I don't have a lot of room left in the museum. That's the Nissan Skyline 1999 GTR BNR 34. You can read all that in custom bright red. Looks really good. The red and white symbolizing the colors of the Canadian flag. Red and white maple leaf. Canadian exclusive, so that's pretty cool. I think I bought it from an American seller, is the irony. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. No, I didn't. I got these at a really die cast. That's right. Why didn't I get 2? Should have bought 2. Pretty limited edition. So might go back for a second one of those while I'm looking for another one of the Dodge Chargers. And then this one is also fairly exclusive. It's a Miho exclusive. One of 3600. 2004 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution with the Golf livery. Already pre-cut this one. Not a lot going on. A lot of cardboard in the way, so I can't really see the model all that well. This is the front and back of the packaging, so get that opened up. And that comes in the way of just getting a knife and sliding into the cardboard so I don't go and completely wreck it with my fingers. And out it comes. A lot of packaging on this one. Johnny Lightning goes from very little packaging to way too much. Really depends on the model, I guess, or maybe the exclusive provider. Super cool car. So happy to have opened it from all of that plastic, because you really couldn't appreciate all the details that Johnny Lightning has into this model and its paint job. It's not a common casting in my collection either. I do have a few of them, but not that many. So a lot of golf cars in my collection too, though, mind you, and that's a nice rolling car, which is going to fit really well into the collection as far as that goes. So we got only a few cars left. We'll finish off the classic gold cars of the most recent release. Some 2013 Camaro ZL1s. It is a new casting, but I've got so many Camaros from so many different brands of cars that don't really get too excited about more Camaros. So these came in the box with the other cars, of course. They don't have opening hoods. They don't really have any opening parts at all. Both have the same wheels, blacked out wheels, convertible top. So you've got Inferno Orange or Summer White. Pretty cool. License plates, bow ties, and something else. They're rollers. Nice casting. It's a nice casting. If you're a Camaro guy and you don't have enough Camaros in your collection, or you have the real thing, that'll be a nice car. Now this one, these two, the next two cars really speak to me. These are from last year's Classic Gold. The Mercury. Let's carefully open this package. Looks awesome. I think we saw this one in bright yellow last time. It's not in Sam's Salvage Yard. I don't see. Just peering over my shoulder here to the left. This one doesn't have an opening hood either, I don't think. It looks like a separate cast piece, but it doesn't say anything about the opening hood. So when it does have an opening hood, it's good that the Johnny Lightning tells you opening hood with detailed engine. So that way you're not picking in vain. All you got to do is a little bit of reading. But this is a really nice casting. And it's, if I had more parking lot, you'd see that it rolls. Got a little bit of a hesitation on that one front tire, as it seems to have sprung a little too far off the rim. I'm not really sure. Well, it's fixable. I'm going to put that in the fix-it pile over here. A couple others in there. We got some Fix-It International Scouts to look at. And there was something else, but we'll get to it later. The Bubble Top 62 Chevy Bel Air. I think this one was like in tuxedo black last time I looked at it. Can't remember exactly. Nice casting. Really love this car in real life. And check out the rims and hubcaps on it. Let's go in for some zoomage. Bubbly. That is awesome. What a sweet car. Check out all the details on the interior panels. This is going to feature a really nice big block under the hood. And oh yeah, that's a nice roller. Okay, just two cars left. One of them's a new casting, the other's the Lotus. New casting. Wow, it's giving me some trouble. And the Lotus. And that's it for the Johnny Lightning cars this review. So we got the Lotus there. Also featuring the unusual wheel arches, much like the what car was it? These two cars, I don't know. They got to go back to the drawing board on the wheel arches. It's not right. Otherwise, it's a cool car, red. Then we got the Corvette, the new casting. It seems like they're really doing a better job with the newest castings. I think they know that us collectors are starting to get a little fussier. California, all zeros. And, there's a lot of competition out there to buy many of these models, castings from different brands that might possibly do it better. Not always the case. Like, this car hasn't been released by too many other premium brands. Maybe Hot Wheels and Matchbox and I don't know who else. But and for them to redesign the whole casting. I mean, Hot Wheels has done it in the years past. I'm not sure if that would be a thing that Johnny Lightning would look at doing to try to fix some of these otherwise nice castings. But either way, that's the haul today, guys. There's just been so much to look at. Hope you enjoyed the long video. And of course, if you're after anything, always happy hunting. And stay tuned for a lot more. We've got Mystery Unboxing from Australia. We've got Greenlight, Matchbox, and some new Hot Wheels stuff even to look at. Look at all that cool stuff. Some of that's vintage. Got the Matchbox year by year coming out with all the catalogs, a few cars. So just so much going on here in the Diecast Museum. I hope you guys are off to a great start for your summer, which is just around the corner. And of course, for all the fathers out there, also, happy Father's Day and happy hunting.